Hello and welcome to another episode of the Regulation Podcast. That part's not funny. Everything that comes after it will be, though. This is episode 35. My name is Geoff Ramsey. With me, as always, Andrew Panton, Gavin Free, Nick Schwartz, Eric Badur. Gavin, you be funny now. Go.
Oh, I was just blown away that Andrew can use the phrase "of course."
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Because nothing's of course with you, ever.
What do you mean?
Nothing's as it seems. There's no of course.
That is the exterior perspective.
Of what?
What's the interior and what's the interior perspective?
To me, it makes sense. It's of course. To the people around on the outside, it doesn't make sense. But I live in a world of course.
But everyone...
You?
So I'm saying is me saying of course, it makes sense to me.
But anything that you said makes sense to you.
Yeah, that's my point. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It works for me.
I don't think that's always the case. I say stuff that doesn't make sense to me constantly.
Yeah, that's fair. I do confuse myself a lot.
That is also
You do
that's
too.
true.
The amount of times that you say something and you go, what?
Doesn't come out right.
Also, you just didn't even really poke that hard, and Andrew just started agreeing with you, where everything he says to himself makes sense. And then you went, well, I don't do that. And he went, yeah. And it's like, oh, okay. So what is this?
Well, it makes sense, I think, when I'm saying it. And then there's time for reflection and review.
Like, do you have people in your family or in your life who never understand what you're on about?
No.
So you're saying...
Are we all excluded from this part of the conversation?
So
Speak for yourself, dude.
You're like a genetic thing where you're understood by family, like it was like a nature nurture situation.
Sort of like all the Scooby-Doo family members and all understand each other in some innate way.
I'm pretty sure I got popcorn seeds from my family. I'm 95% sure.
Oh, boy.
I haven't tested this yet. I need to.
Well, why don't you text a family member about corn?
Okay. Text.
Boot up the soy phone.
Family member about corn.
As one does.
I just want to be as vague as possible with the instructions to see how this comes out.
Oh, yeah, good idea.
Okay. I'm sending a text right now. That is, what are those things called in a microwavable popcorn bag that don't pop?
And you think they're going to say popcorn seeds?
Yeah, I do.
That's awesome. That's great.
I hope they do say seeds.
God, me too. Right now, I'm hoping for seeds.
What are
dude.
the things called in a microwavable popcorn bag that don't pop? Yeah.
Wait, that don't pop.
Yeah.
Could you imagine, Gavin, could you imagine getting that text from anyone in your family?
Definitely not.
I have a pretty good story from my mom recently. We were talking about gift cards last episode. It was my mom's birthday a few days ago on the 15th. And we're getting a response. There's a text bubble going. Okay, well, listen, oh boy. Kernels was the reply. That's real unfortunate. I don't know where I got seeds from.
You can type that to a few people and see if you get
man.
3 kernels back.
Yeah. Send it out.
Oh, yeah, okay, I'll keep texting. It was her birthday. She got a gift card, went to one of her favorite places. She was just going to buy like an item or two. And they also have snacks and like drinks and stuff in this place. And they happen to have 12 1-liter bottles of Perrier on sale for like $10. She loves water. She loves sparkling water. And so she bought these. And the place where she bought them from, their carts don't let you leave the store with them. They have brakes that get triggered if you try to leave the store.
Is that real?
Yeah.
We have those in Austin, dude.
Yeah,
I saw the sign for that at HEB. I even took a picture of it. I was like, that's not real. Is that
It's
real?
real.
It's 100% fucking real, and it's
How does
real
that work?
annoying.
It's like the theft essentially like scanner thing, I believe. It just
There's a line that you cross, and it like kicks pieces down that essentially work like brakes on the wheels.
It's like you put those little knobs down in your room, and then a Roomba knows not to go past it.
Oh, look. Yeah, look. Here's here's the picture I took.
Oh, let me see it.
Wow, that's crazy. Because I looked at that and I was like, what a load of bullshit that is.
Warning. Attention shoppers, shopping cart wheels may lock unexpectedly if removed from the store. Shopping cart wheels will lock if taken beyond the parking lot. So at least they give the parking lot. This is if you try to leave the store, they're going to lock on you. So she bought 3 gallons of Perrier, essentially, for like $10, which is this great sale. And I called her because it was her birthday to wish her happy birthday. And I was like, hey, happy birthday. How's your day going? And she sounded terrible and was like, it's not going good right now. I'm not having a good time. And I'm like, what's going on? And she explained this great Perrier deal that she had. The problem was she couldn't remember where she parked. So she had just spent the past like 15 minutes walking around the parking lot with 3 gallons of Perrier, which she did not anticipate. No. She went there to buy 2 things that were light. And now she's just hauling this Perrier around. And she was like, oh, it's real bad. I can't find the car. I've been going for 15 minutes. I might have to start losing some of this Perrier. It's getting too heavy.
Well, like she's going to have to start drinking it?
I just, dropping the cargo essentially as she tries to find the car. And so I said, okay, well, I'm so sorry you're going through that. Why don't you call me back whenever you find the vehicle? And that was the plan. And then as each, every 5 minutes, I would feel progressively worse as we reached 10 minutes and then 20 minutes and then 30 minutes.
Well, it sounds like you gave her no advice on how to find the car.
I gave the only advice I could, which was, have you tried using the key to like create a beeping noise?
Yeah.
To follow the beep.
Set the alarm off or something.
Yeah. That's so I suggested that. She said she had. Still couldn't find it. About 40 minutes pass. And then I finally get a call back. And she had to lose like a movie in which the like plane has too much weight in it. She opened up after we called. She opened up the bag of Perrier and started putting bottles down as just she can't carry the weight anymore, but she wants to keep moving.
Like dealing with ballast.
Exactly. So by the time she found the car, she had emptied half the bag. So she had 6 bottles of Perrier just throughout the parking lot. She got it. So she gets to the car. She puts the 6 remaining that are still in the bag in the car, grabs a bag from the car, and then backtracks and re-picks up the 6 bottles that she had previously left. Recovered them. Absolute nightmare.
I just can't imagine being the security guard looking at the cameras.
She gets them all back. She gets home. She takes half of them. She takes the ones that she carried in the bag into the house with everything, exhausted, just done with the day. Next day, she goes out. Because of, I guess, all of the exhaustion and just busyness of the day, she forgot to lock her car at night, and somebody has stolen the other 6 bottles of Perrier from her vehicle that she left.
Who steals Perrier?
It was in a bag, I guess, with a few other things. And somebody in, I'm guessing, the apartment parking just saw it and opened the door and then just walked out with it.
So they were just trying doors?
I would assume so. Or maybe they saw like a large bag that appeared like it had a bunch of stuff in it. So then they just tried it and it worked. But
I've seen dudes walk through the parking lot and just trying doors before.
That wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, all of that work, having to lose the cargo, recover the cargo, just to lose the cargo again from the car. So down 6 Perriers. Just an absolute nightmare.
Definitely related.
Can we buy 6 new ones?
I don't think so. I don't think she wants to think about Perrier for a while. I'll text, I'll say, what about popcorn seeds, though?
That's leading the witness.
So you have to lead. You're like, I got it from these people. And then when they said kernels, you're like, hang on, I have to remind them of popcorn seeds.
Yeah, but what if you said it this way?
Yeah. Hey, can you just text me back popcorn seeds real quick?
I swear, I listen. I keep saying listen. I need to stop that. I don't know what's going on today. It's a reflective. I keep thinking about popcorn seeds because I don't feel like I created that. I had a moment where I thought maybe it's a Canadian thing. And so I looked it up and I could not find a use of popcorn seeds anywhere. So I don't think it is. I don't know where that came from. But it is a microwave.
I feel like we should sell a shirt that just says popcorn seeds.
It doesn't even make sense.
Well, I mean, it's the seed
Popcorn
of the
seeds,
popcorn.
right?
The corn of seed. Seed corn.
The corn of seed.
Oh my God.
I had a random thought that I'd like to share with you guys that maybe you could help me fill this out a little bit. You can make a board. I haven't made a board yet for this. I was thinking about movies and how they largely take place in like New York or LA. And it'll be like Vancouver as New York, but it's like a lot of movies take place in LA or New York. Do you think we could find a theatrical, like a large release, not like some indie movie, but like a big theatrical release where the story took place in each state? Like, could we represent each state across movies?
Now, you're saying like filmed there or
No,
about
I'm saying
there.
that they
Or about
declare
there.
that they are from there. Yeah,
Got it.
like about there.
Okay.
Not filmed there.
I
Yeah,
feel like
definitely.
I've seen infographics on Reddit showing that, like most popular movie about each state. So I would assume you could
Interesting.
do it. Yeah.
Because there's certain states that I just feel like are not represented at all.
Well, like Wyoming.
Yeah. Vermont. Like they're just, if you're going to make a map of the US, the most famous movie set. Oh, this is great.
I just pulled that up.
I beat
Well,
you to
there's
it.
some big movies.
It took you time to open your eyes and start looking, so
I
figured
did.
I'd
I had
get
to.
you
I
it,
had
yeah.
to open my eyes.
Wait, in all of California, the most famous movie is Clueless.
Yeah, some of these are
words
terrible.
out of my mouth.
The Hangover representing Nevada is just a goddamn shame.
I would probably put Casino.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would too.
I would put National Lampoon's Vegas Vacation over The Hangover.
Well, maybe we should create our own list.
Yeah, I think
That's sort of what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's it.
Like the regulation movie map.
Yeah, because Gavin, you've almost visited every state, or that's like sort of a side goal of like, because you've already been to so many.
I've done like 30 something.
Yeah. The visual equivalent of that. The ability to see stories set in all these places. Okay, Geoff has another one.
Pulp Fiction for California. Casino for Nevada.
50-50? Really?
Did Psycho take place in Arizona?
What? Really?
I didn't know that.
so.
I
Huh.
didn't either.
I had no idea.
Huh. Huh.
I haven't heard of a lot of these. Mr. Deeds Goes to Town.
What have you not heard of?
Mr. Deeds
Give me
Goes
the
to Town.
Give me the list of things you haven't heard of now.
Bringing Up Baby.
Why does Fargo get 2 states?
I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah. I think it's because the movie doesn't take place in Fargo. The only time he's in Fargo is when he goes to hire the dudes.
Oh.
He drives to Fargo to
In the
see
bar?
them. The whole rest of the movie takes place in like somewhere else. They just didn't want to call it the name of the place because Fargo was a better name. I just saw a TikTok about this, which means it's probably not true. But yeah, no, I think assuming I'm wrong, I think the only scene in the film that takes place in Fargo is when he hires Peter Stormare and Steve Buscemi.
That's fascinating. Because I think of that as the Fargo movie.
Well, it's in the name.
It is. Based on a true story.
But yeah, a lot of these are very old but famous films, Andrew. Mr. Deeds Goes to Town is like from the 1940s, probably. Bringing Up Baby's a huge famous film from, I want to say, maybe the 50s.
Okay.
I've never heard of Hatchie, A Dog's Tale, but I think Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, famous movie. Jimmy Stewart, I believe.
Now, do you think the Adam Sandler film Mr. Deeds has any connection to Mr. Deeds Goes to Town?
Spiritual successor. It's his
Possibly.
great-grandson. Yeah.
Speaking of old movies, I was thinking about, GTA 5, biggest game ever. Huge. Like the concept of playing a game and not being aware of GTA 5 is just sort of like an impossible thing to think about.
What do you mean by biggest game ever?
Well, just like it feels like culturally, it's massive. Maybe not ever. That's probably not accurate. It's probably Minecraft or Fortnite or
Tetris, probably, I believe.
You think more people play Tetris than GTA 5?
Yeah.
Played, yes. Sales, no.
They have shark cards for Tetris or no?
If you guys want to know the list, I have it. It's number 1 is Tetris with 520 million sales. Number 2 is Minecraft with 300 million sales. Number 3 is Grand Theft Auto 5 with 200 million sales. Tetris has sold more than almost 3 times what Grand Theft Auto has sold.
That's
But
crazy.
wouldn't that be people buying multiple copies of Tetris?
Well, I assume it's multiple copies of GTA 5.
How many copies of GTA 5 do you own? Because I own 3.
That's a fair point.
I didn't even think about console generational rebuying. I was thinking more shark cards.
What's the Tetris that they're talking about? Is it anything called Tetris? Because there's only one thing called GTA 5. Even though it's
That's
been
also a good
re-released across consoles, Tetris has there's Game Boy Tetris, but then there's Tetris Worlds and all that stuff.
I'm assuming they're just calling the base game Tetris. I also don't know why we're arguing about this. Tetris has sold
Not arguing.
520 million copies. Grand Theft Auto was huge. Tetris has also had a huge head start. It's been around a lot longer. I'm just saying culturally, it is the highest selling video game of all time, and nothing comes close to Tetris.
In the context that I was thinking about, we've all been, we're all close to the beginning of video games. Some of us were around for when they first started. Listen.
Some of us.
That was very polite of you.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Well, I'm 94, so it's like I miss Nintendo consoles, but I'm within reach. Like that stuff is accessible to me. I was using GTA 5 because when I think of what game companies are probably going to exist for the foreseeable future, I feel like Rockstar is a pretty safe bet that they'll be around. And in the world of let's go to 2060. And we're at GTA 7 because it takes a while. When we look back on GTA 5, first of all, do you think GTA 5 will even be a consideration in the future like that?
For what?
For the way that the average consumer now thinks about a movie in the 1930s. It's just not even though they were incredibly influential at the time, there's just no thought of what was popular or relevant at that time period. Do you think that in 2060 there will be any awareness of GTA 5, or is it just purely
I think there'll be an awareness of GTA, but GTA 5 itself, I think they've already the GTA that's alive and successful and thriving right now, they don't even really call GTA 5 when they talk about it. They call it GTA Online. I think they're already trying to distance themselves from the name and make online GTA, which is what people, I think, really give a shit about, its own thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think that Rockstar themselves are trying to draw a line between the two and make GTA Online the thing that people remember, less so GTA 5.
That's fair. They sell it individually.
Yeah.
And it comes out after the narrative part, typically, at least with both Red Dead and GTA 5. They did the story. I was just thinking about, because video games aren't old enough to have that full arc. And it'd be funny to have, Rockstar is one of the publishers of LA Noire. And that is such a stylized, old fashioned game. To go back to GTA 5 in the future and have the same feeling. Would a current day person in 2060 look at GTA 5 the same way that we look at LA Noire now?
Well, it's a period piece.
Yes. To me, it's interesting thinking about how things will flip to a period piece.
Even GTA 4 you play now, and it's the old T9 phone, and you've got to go to an internet cafe and stuff.
I think 2060 is too far out. I think that it'll be weird and novel and like us playing LA Noire in 2040.
Really?
Look how fast technology's going,
Oh, super fast. Yeah, it's a
I mean, that's 2040 is 20, let's say 2044. That's 20 years from now. 20 years ago, we didn't have social media. I don't know if I had a cell phone 20 years ago. Yeah, I did. I got one when I was 25. So I just had one. You know what I mean? Like, a lot can happen in a few years. A whole hell of a lot's going to happen in the next 40 something years.
That's a very good point. I just wonder if we've hit an area in which it's less about new tech and more like efficiency and building more off of what's established, as opposed to the idea of like a touch phone, a touchscreen phone.
It would be interesting to see if one of these online services went on so long that they updated all the technology in it.
I mean, I wonder if what our relationship with video games will be like in 2060, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like, at what point are we playing it in our brains? And it's just on a chip, you know? And then, you know, and then I can close my eyes while I'm recording the podcast and play GTA 5 while I'm talking to you guys, and my hands are free.
It is hard to imagine a world without controllers because we've tried so hard to get away from them, and every attempt has been terrible. Like the premise of that there would be a different, and I imagine at the time, I imagine whatever the current tech is, people had a hard time imagining the evolution of it. So even though I can't really comprehend a world in which controllers would be a secondary way or like a non-preferred usage, it'll be fascinating to see all that stuff evolves.
Yeah, I think it really will be fascinating. And living long enough now that you can kind of go, that I've kind of gone through a couple of or seen and experienced a couple of generational cycles. The crazy thing is, it's like it never looks or behaves or is released anywhere near to the way your mind envisioned it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we talk about this with cord cutting, right? And about how like we used to bitch about cable, and this has come up a lot lately. And the future was going to be decentralized television where we could a la carte what we want, because why the fuck am I paying for ESPN if I don't like sports, right? And then here we are 20 years later and we have it, and it's a big steaming pile of shit, and it doesn't look anything like we envisioned it looking. Yet we're stuck with it. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it's so hard to project what things are going to look like because, well, in a lot of situations, because after it's discovered or created, it's then built by the lowest bidder. And so it barely works anyway.
I just think about how annoying games are going to be. Like you've already got to like keep accepting a EULA every time they update it. And sometimes the playlist that you like is just gone for some reason. I think that's all going to get way worse.
I can see that.
People are like, oh, I remember Warzone. You'd be like, which?
Yeah, but we've seen stuff get worse and better. Like, we've bitched a lot about Call of Duty in the past and how complicated it is to get into a game of Call of Duty. But I got to be honest, Black Ops 6 is pretty great. And I have no issues with the menus in Black Ops 6. Like, it's like they've definitely made that easier again. And so who knows? Maybe some of the future can be good.
Oh, for sure. And it'll be interesting to see the impact of accessibility.
Hey, it's Eric. Hey, when was the last time you needed to go to the doctor, but you pushed it off? You made an excuse. Oh, I'm too busy. Oh, it'll heal. Take time. I don't need help. Throw all that out. We're done with that. In 2025, excuses are over. Don't settle for making excuses. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment. We're talking about booking in-network appointments with more than 100,000 doctors across every specialty, so it doesn't matter if it's primary or urgent care, health or dental, anything that you need. You can also filter for doctors who take your insurance located nearby that are a good fit for what you need and are highly rated by verified patients. Once you find the right doctor, you can see actual appointment openings, choose a time slot that works for you, and click to book instantly. Appointments made through ZocDoc also happen fast, typically within 24 to 72 hours of booking, and you can even score some same-day appointments. Look, if I was looking for a doctor, if I needed someone new in my life to help me with any of these things, ZocDoc is what I would be using. So stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/regulation to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/regulation, ZocDoc.com/regulation.
So when I was like thinking about this, I was like, well, what was the highest grossing film in 1930? And I Googled it and I learned it's a movie called Whoopee, and it is a Western musical. And I had never heard of it, never considered it. I was like, whoop, that's a fucking ridiculous title. Looked into it, and I immediately had the ability to watch it. And I thought, that's so cool. It was streaming on Amazon Prime. I have Amazon Prime. So I watched like the first 10 minutes of Whoopee. Yeah, I saw the poster and went, oh boy, this is probably going to be incredibly insensitive in countless ways. A product of the 1930s. So far, it's just a bunch of people yelling Whoopee, and it seems fine. But it's just so cool that we live in a time in which you can get an immediate answer to something like that, and then not only learn about it, but have the ability to watch it. It's crazy.
I always think about that when I find old film or like a really old picture of one of my great grandparents or a grandparent, and you look at it and you think, oh, well, I wonder what he was like. Try and get little stories. But for us, in 80 years, people could see me get my anus waxed on the internet. And I just think it's a bit of a different vibe. Like, do I want my descendants watching my anus get waxed?
It's might be a little late to be having this conversation with yourself, my man.
Yeah, I mean, that's the career path I took.
Also, who knows what survives? I mean,
That's true.
Honestly, like Rooster Teeth turned off. All that stuff. The Internet Archive goes away if that what is it? The Archive of Pimps goes away, then that stuff just doesn't exist anymore unless you have it on your computer somewhere. So who?
Yeah, but I think enough people have enough versions of it. Like people could track down an ancestral painting, which there's one of, and they still manage to find them. I feel like
except that there's a subreddit that I follow called Lost Media where people are constantly looking for stuff that's been disappeared from the internet. You know, I think it's easier for stuff to go away than you think it is.
Yeah,
who knows? Who knows how much lost media I may have had on a computer that just died today? You know, that I was holding on to.
And that doesn't even take into account the stuff that's still around, but in like an edited form. Like people patch movies and TV shows constantly. We just don't notice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
That would be a really interesting and terrifying service of the future of, you know how there's like ancestry.com now where like you can look at your family tree visually. The premise of having like a family trees digital library, like you could pay to find like all of the YouTube accounts or social media profiles, whatever's existing to see those feeds of your relatives that you never met would be insane. Also, like strangely fascinating, I guess, to see.
What if you went back far enough and your earliest ancestor was missing link do?
Oh, damn.
I'd hope that Eric would get a tattoo of them.
Yeah. If that was my like real old relative, missing link do, big back piece. I got it.
It's their YouTube channels. Tune in and Missing Link do. We're going to try some chips and eat some chips today. These are the new Pringles Pops.
See, there you go. He figured it out. Hey, did
Yeah.
Mr. Beast rent the pyramids? Is that something we can do? Can we rent the pyramids?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What?
I also don't know what it means to rent the pyramids. To like, you could have them for like a movie theater to go watch Mortal Kombat. Like you could just like rent the pyramids.
Because you can't like climb them or anything. You just look at them, right? You can go into them.
Beats me.
It just feels weird to rent a thing that is visual and massive. Like what? If somebody were to look at the pyramids, are they not allowed to right now? Because Mr. Beast has rented them? How does that work? What are you renting?
They probably don't have access to them, maybe?
Maybe he wants to tent them like they do with a house getting...
Oh, like fumigate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, fumigate the 3 pyramids. That's cool.
And the scarabs are out of control in this thing. We gotta...
Oh my God, I was so afraid of the scarabs. That was such a real
from the
fear.
Mummy movie?
Oh, boy.
Oh my God.
Dude. Oh. Ouch.
I just got to the pyramids in Indiana Jones. Pretty cool.
Oh, I need to play.
I'm almost there, I think. I think I'm about to be at the pyramids.
It's
Geoff,
pretty
let
fun.
me know when you reach like a very water heavy area.
What? Okay, I'm at the point now where I'm stopping the Zeppelin from leaving. or I jumped on the Zeppelin, or maybe I took the Zeppelin to Giza, and now I don't remember. I'm doing some shit under a pyramid.
Last episode, you talked about a film having like big gaps between shots because of Mission Impossible. Do you think we should do a Let's Play series where we play a video game but do one level every year?
Ooh.
Yes. What game?
Ooh,
LASO.
LASO.
Okay.
That was the reverse of what typically happens. That was Nick speaking an idea into Gavin's brain, as opposed to Nick
It's a
copying whatever
two-way
Gavin just.
siren.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are
We
connected.
are one. Sometimes.
Which Halo? Halo 1? Is that what you said, Nick?
Well, it'd have to be a 4-player one.
Oh yeah.
I don't mind watching. I don't mind not
I
playing
don't
the
mind
last
watching. Andrew's the best Halo player here.
Everyone just
I'd
kept
hate
saying
to give up a
yes,
seat for
and
Andrew.
now it's come down to, all right, what are we playing? And it's a bunch of people going, I don't want to play. I don't want to play. I don't really understand any of
LASO.
those guys.
I mean, I'll fucking play it. I just know
if
that
2
I'm.
people want to play, we should do Halo 2 because that's the hardest.
Okay, yeah.
That
should do
can be
Halo.
what you and Nick do.
Oh, shit, Nick.
Now we
Oh.
figured it out. We figured out what the Gavin and Nick show
My
is.
favorite one.
We play one level. Oh, there's 15 levels, I think.
Oh God.
Well, you better.
Time to lock in.
Well, we'll be done by 2039.
The first level of Halo 2 LASO is so hard.
Just in time to reflect on GTA 5 and if it feels like LA Noire or not.
It's if you start now, you can like sort of mirror like 1-to-1 Juan Soto's contract with the New York Mets.
Do we want to put them out each year or wait until we're finished to put them out?
Oh.
I think each year.
Yeah, I think each year. We got to keep the audience coming back
Yeah,
for
I
more.
think yeah. On because you don't want to burn them. You know, you don't want to be in year 7 and people go like, man, I can't wait until they do that thing, and it's like, oh, we forgot about that forever ago. You got to do it one a year so everyone knows you're locked in. This
Yeah,
is
plus you don't want to burn a decade and a half's worth of content in one
Yeah.
year. That'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, that would suck. You could start doing it now, like right before it's almost the end of the year.
I think we should. I think we should have an agreement where if one of us dies before we finish, the other person has to keep going.
Wow.
Can they find a replacement?
I mean, can't one of us fill in if Nick or you die?
Went to Nick first. That was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one of this crew can fill in.
Okay. I mean, I went to Nick first. 'Cause I was talking to Gavin. If I was talking to Nick, I'd have gone to Gavin first. You don't want to project the person you're talking to is going to die first.
I want to do this, and I really want to do. I keep thinking about the idea of a month-long game of Mario Party. I want to do that so bad.
Oh yeah, the one turn every day.
One turn every day. We'll have to find a month where everybody's available for the month and record one turn a day. I just want it to be a constant. I want it to be.
We doing weekends?
I would do it just for one turn.
You got to
Yeah.
do weekends.
It's one turn.
Otherwise, it's not
gonna
one a
be
day.
like 7 minutes.
I'll do it.
We just need to find a month where it works.
What's the most turns we can have? 30?
I think it's 30. Yeah.
Yeah. That seems right to me.
So is that a video every day or is it one video?
No. Oh, I think it's.
It should be one video.
Yeah, one video.
You think it's
Yeah.
one video?
I mean, it's great
Yeah.
either way. It's great.
Burn
either
it through
way.
a month's worth of content and for one video.
It could also be a video a day on the subreddit or not on the subreddit on the Patreon, and then we can
Ooh, I like
compile
that.
it all and put it together and release it to the public later.
It'd just be an editing thing of like shooting and then uploading that like a 1 day turnaround. But I guess it's just 7 minutes. I don't know.
What is the next month with 30 days?
Hold on, February? No, January, February, March, April. I think
Okay.
right because you go by your
Start of
knuckles.
my
April.
Big
start of
knuckle,
my
little
watch.
knuckle, big knuckle, little knuckle. Yeah.
It's April. You're right.
I just think it would be so fun to like to know that to go to sleep knowing that Gavin is 3 spaces away from a steal a star, from being able to steal something.
You could do it in March, days 1 through 30, and then on day 31, everyone knows the last day of March is when it comes out.
Interesting.
Oh.
It'd be easy because you'd be building the file as you go.
Right. And you only need one perspective and then everyone's audio.
Yeah, it's single screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm happy with March or April. Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
I think of just even the podcast conversations around the idea of just having an ongoing game, I think is fun. It will be
I
interesting.
think it's such a good idea, Andrew, that after we're done, we'll want to do it again immediately and we'll start searching for the next game to do it in.
I think it might put us in a whole new paranoid era.
I think he could be right. We're definitely gonna be sleeping on some grievances from day to day.
There should be a prize. There should be a 30-day, like you survived the Mario Party World prize.
$100 gift certificate.
I put it on our calendar for February 28th to prepare for Mario Party month, which would be
How many times do you think Geoff will drop out of the game?
Oh,
Zero, because I bought a new one. And I never even set up the Wi-Fi on it, and I tested it, and I played for hours and hours and hours, and I've had no issues. It's gonna be fine.
what about your power?
Well, I don't know.
Thank you, Nick.
I mean, what
That's
about
great.
your power, Nick?
Yeah.
What about Eric's power? I'm not the only one with power problems.
Have you guys seen Jeff's Hardwire solution?
No.
Okay.
I took it down for the Christmas party.
Is there a picture of it?
No, fuck no. Unless Eric took one.
I did not take one. Jeff doesn't attempt to run the cable out of the way. It just goes through the middle of the room at about waist height.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it goes over the stairs and
Yes,
then
it
down
does.
the stairs and then through the living room.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
It is meant to be a tripping hazard 100%.
I have a question. Why not do it on the outside?
Of the house?
Yeah.
It's not my house, dude. I'm not going to drill a hole from the inside of this house to the outside of the house.
No, just
and then
like put it
run
out
like
the window.
200 feet of cable.
Put it out the window, run it up the side, put it back in the other window.
I don't think these windows open in this room. Once again, not my house.
You don't have to own the house to open the window.
I don't think this window opens. It's not an open window. And then also, fuck you. How about that? Listen, it doesn't affect you. It doesn't affect, like, all you need to know is that I'm hardwired in. It doesn't. Don't worry about how I'm hardwired in. I'm
Hell yeah, Geoff.
hardwired in. That's all you need to be concerned about.
No, the how is where the comedy
I don't want to drive. I don't have to have a fucking 350-foot Ethernet cable to string it around the outside of this goddamn house to the other side of the house.
That's fine.
No, what's fine is stepping over the cable. That's totally fine. I have no issue doing that. It's my house. I live here. It doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother the dog.
The
Jury's
dog
out
is
on if
the
it bothers
thing I'm
Emily
worried
or not.
about the most. That dog at any moment is taking that whole setup down.
No, he's very careful. He's very careful.
No, he's not. We've been around him. He pisses when he gets excited, and he's a bowling ball that runs into Gavin.
Yeah, but he's lower than the cable. Well, except for my office, but he's not in my office.
Okay, see, that's what it's guys. It was shocking to me when I saw it.
I just thought it would have been easier to be like, oh, I'm about to film. Let me just pop the window open, grab the end of the cable. Oh, I'm finished. Just chuck it back out.
Of the second floor of my house?
Yeah. You just have it on like a hook or something out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, I love these solutions for you if you
Doesn't
find
sound
yourself
like you
in
like them that much.
No, I think they're great for you. If you find yourself in a similar situation to the situation that I'm in, I think you're fucking set because you've got a lot of options to make you happy. I went with the option that makes me the happiest, and I'm pretty comfortable with that option.
I thought the whole point was that Emily didn't like it.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that people don't. Not everybody likes everything all the time. So we're not. People get into the idea that we're supposed to be happy 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. We're not. Happiness is one of the emotions, but they're all valid emotions. If Emily's feeling some other kind of way about this cable, it's probably good that she has a little bit of that other emotion in her life because too much happiness isn't good for anybody. Then you don't appreciate anything.
Andrew always yells at me when I'm like, oh, this thing's wrong, and then I have no solution. So in 2025, I'm trying to be more of a solutions
You're
guy.
doing great too.
I
I'm
appreciate
with
it,
you,
Gavin.
Gavin.
I
I
think
think
it's
you offered some fantastic solutions.
I agreed with you little dickheads. I said your solutions are awesome for you. I'm just going to go with the solution that works the best for Geoff. Because unfortunately, no matter what I do about it, 49 years into it, I still got to get up and go to bed with Geoff every fucking day. Day in, day out. You guys get an hour of it here. You get 3 hours of it there. Maybe we hang out on a Sunday night at a party, and then you go back to your lives. There's no leaving Geoff for Geoff. I'm here always in this body, in this brain, dealing with these thoughts and emotions and this nonsense. And so I can only do what's best for that fucking asshole, which seems to be the situation that we have.
Do you ever dream that you're someone else?
Yeah, but not when I'm asleep. Usually just when I'm awake.
You're just fantasizing about like, man, I bet this other guy's a doctor and he's got cables that run the right way in his house.
See that some guy walking on the street. And I'm like, he's fucking that dude. He doesn't have that dude doesn't have problems like I got. I wish I was that guy. Yeah.
You still getting needles to the face for your jaw? Still doing that?
I didn't get any needles this week. I just got some adjustments and
Oh God.
What does that mean? What does adjustments mean?
just like neck pops and cracks and
like chiropractor
stretches
stuff?
and yeah, all that stuff.
Did it help?
Was any of it for TMJ?
And it's all for TMJ, I think. And just for my dog shit posture.
Did it help?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fucking incredibly sore. I can barely walk.
Is this kind of like Gavin offering solutions for your wires? Your solutions for your jaw. I'm gonna break you in half.
I feel better in the sense that I feel like shit physically. And I'm told that's some kind of progress. So, you know.
This is the most you thing I've ever heard. I don't know really what's wrong with me. It might be mental. So if I can make it physical, at least it matches.
Well, sometimes it's nice to feel like you're doing work.
Yeah, it's nice to feel like you're doing work. I had a CAT scan. I saw a couple different doctors. The current thought is that it's either TMJ, which is onset by extreme stress. Don't know where that could come from. Or the hardware from my previous surgery might have some issues. And if it does, I need to go see an oral surgeon. I'm going to see my dentist on Monday to get the final answer. I'll be off my second round of antibiotics by then, and then we'll make the determination if I need to go see an oral surgeon or not. If I do, it's possible that some of the screws in my mouth may have backed out a little bit, and that's like some infection got in there or something, or who knows what. But I'm really fucking hoping that I don't end up having to go under the knife for this. I hope it's just TMJ. So we'll see.
Maybe you will take a hot dog to the face tomorrow and it'll just fix everything.
Dude, that would be fucking great.
It just snaps you out of it.
Like Randy Quaid's kid in Christmas Vacation was cross-eyed and then got kicked by a mule and suddenly could see straight again.
I remember watching a thing on TV as a kid. There was a woman who, she must have been in her 20s or something, but she couldn't talk. And then one day she just like coughed up a coin and they realized that she'd swallowed it as a kid and no one noticed.
Did it come up heads?
Oh. That was so quick. Guess who's not walking around the snowy wilderness of GTA?
Someone's locked in.
Wow.
I had someone in my family who was born completely deaf in one ear and like had barely any hearing in the other ear. And because they couldn't hear things, their brain would create sounds. So like they complained later in life about hearing orchestral music constantly that they hated. And this was a problem that went on for a long time. And then one evening, they miscalculated how low to the toilet they were, and they fell into the toilet, and it fixed the problem. It never happened again.
What do you mean?
What part of the story are you confused by?
What does falling into the toilet mean? Like sitting down and fell in and dunked your butt in your balls or vag or whatever? Okay.
So like they thought they were gonna sit on the like they were about to sit on the seat. It was like they woke up in the night to sit. They miscalculated, and so they fell a little bit onto the seat. Like it wasn't just like they naturally transitioned to it. There was a little bit of a boop, and in that impact, it fixed whatever was going on.
So the music went away.
The music went away, never came back.
So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Did they know in the moment that this had happened, or was it a realization that came later and they were like, oh, the music's gone? Well, what could it have been? The only thing that happened was I fell in a toilet.
No, I think it was in the moment.
Oh, so like the music was playing and they could hear it?
Yes. And then they hit, they had the thud, and then it stopped, and it never happened again.
So after that, they never heard anything ever again.
Never heard anything ever again.
Wow.
Went away after that.
I like that the only thing they could hear was annoying.
Wow.
Well, they weren't a fan of music, so I guess any sound.
Were they once able to hear?
They could hear, but like not great. So like they had 10% hearing in one ear, and then the other ear, nothing.
Do they say seeds or kernels?
That I can't ask, unfortunately.
Oh.
okay.
No.
Did you get any more texts back? Did you text anyone
Yeah,
else?
I
or what?
did, and I didn't bring it up because it wasn't helpful.
Okay, now when you're saying it wasn't helpful, does that mean that it wasn't?
No,
in
it
your
went against me
favor?
further. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so-
yeah. That's why I
okay,
didn't
so
bring it up.
that's- I
But
hope
I'll
you
talk about it
understand
if you
that-
ask.
Okay,
I'm not
this is-
hiding from it, but I'm not going to willfully give the information.
Now, if you're withholding information that proves us right, you think you're not hiding information?
Withholding's a strong word. I'm going to give you the information as soon as you ask for it. I'm just not going to declare there's been an update.
But we were all excited about the update.
Well, I texted any other names.
He's not even gonna play. He's not gonna talk about it. He's just gonna go, oh my God, this is ridiculous.
No, I'm talking about it right now. I said any other names, and they replied, there are unpopped kernels, oil, and seasoning. So they just further elaborated what was in the bag of microwavable popcorn. No seeds. Real lack of seeds.
Would an egg be a chicken seed?
An egg be a chicken seed? I guess, yeah. I guess technically.
Are you
Right?
surprised you can't eat the jizz of a chicken?
Can you
Why
not?
can't you?
Why now? I've never thought about this once in my life, and I'm up there in terms of years on Earth. What made you think of this, and what the fuck are you talking
That's
about?
just the chicken is so used. Like they use the shit out of the chicken
I see.
for all
see what
kinds of
you mean.
different purposes. But I think the jizz is left alone.
Do you think chicken semen tastes like chicken?
Maybe if it was fried.
Yeah, I don't know.
Boy, do I have a new show idea for you. Tastes like chicken.
Oh,
Semen.
Oh, here we go.
A rooster.
The chicken mating process, the cloacal kiss. A rooster often employs a type of foreplay by prancing around the hen and clucking before mounting her. The transform of sperm happens quickly, like with you, Gavin, without the penetration normal in mammal mating. The cloaca or vent of the male and female touch and sperm are exchanged.
so it's more of a rub. Oh, okay. Hmm.
It's like Avatar when they cross
Gavin saw
their hair.
an illustration of what Geoff just described, and then was sad.
No, I just realized there's a bunch of shit that I've never had of a chicken.
Like the testicles.
like the testicles.
Yeah, or the cloaca. Or the, yeah, there's maybe it's not as used as I thought.
I mean, it's pretty used.
You could go buy one.
It would be interesting to see. That'd be like a horrible game. Maybe like a game for farmers where you just look at a bucket and see all the stuff that isn't used, and you have to try and guess what animal it is.
I think you should go to a grocery store and have somebody who works there ask them in front of the roast chickens, do you have these with balls? Do you have testicle ones of these? Because I keep buying these and the testicles aren't with them anytime. I think this is
But
some
if I went up
bullshit.
to someone in front of a bunch of chickens and they said, "Do you have the testicle ones of these?" They would just be like, "A rooster?"
Yeah.
Yeah, you could say, have these been detesticled?
Why'd you give me a French picture?
That's just what it was. That was the image that was there when I searched chicken sperm or whatever.
Because I'm learning about the cock and the pool.
Yeah. Neck is the cock.
No, oh wait, is that what I say? I thought I was saying the rooster's the cock.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
What the
Nick thought
fuck?
the neck was Nick thought the neck was called the cock. Because it's
It was
his
important
neck.
that they.
Oh man, I hurt my cock.
That's what you
All
took
this
from
popping of my cock. You know what?
Was
Oh, I'm gonna wring your cock.
That's my corn seed moment.
What was?
I mean, maybe it is French for neck. I don't know. I just guessed it was talking about the rooster.
Oh, maybe. Hold on. Let's look.
No, unfortunately, French for neck is cou, C-O-U.
Well, it's close.
That's pretty close.
It is.
It's pretty good.
Some words are close to other words.
So a cuckoo is a rooster neck. That should be the name of our new company, Rooster Neck.
Yeah. This is starting to sound oddly familiar to a previous conversation I had once 23 years ago. I had a video game milestone this week. Something I've never done before in a video game. I'm very excited about. Very proud. It's dumb. It's fucking dumb, but I did it.
You golded every weapon.
Not every weapon, but I golded enough weapons to unlock diamond. I have my first diamond skin in a Call of Duty game.
Congrats!
Thank you.
You've been working on that. That's exciting.
It took me. Well, I mean, I had vacations in between and stuff, so I wasn't here the whole time. But yeah, it took me probably a better part of a month to do, being out of town at least a week of that. And it's amazing how much better you get at Call of Duty. The first, because you basically have to take it to gold and then do like 4 other skins after that, and then it gets you 2 diamond, and then you can't unlock diamond until you have 7 of those. The first one probably took me a week, and the last one I did in an evening, easily.
Oh, wow.
It's amazing how much faster it goes as you get better at the game.
That's awesome, man. Good job.
Yeah, thanks. I'm excited. I guess I could go for whatever's next, but I think the next one requires me to gold 33 guns.
Oh, wow.
And I've only done 7, so I don't know about that.
Jeez.
I'm excited for more zombies. I don't think they've even announced more zombie stuff, but I had so much fun playing that.
Yeah, the whole thing is fun. I played a little bit of Warzone for the first time last night, and that was fucking great. I really enjoyed it. I'm a pretty pro Call of Duty right now.
Yeah, it's great. It's a really fun one.
Hey, Nick and Andrew, we came up with an idea the other day that I feel like we should talk about.
Now, is this idea, just before you expand, I noticed Eric posted, you guys were hanging out, and the idea was called It Follows. Is that the idea?
Yeah.
What was the idea called?
It Follows?
Are you sure?
It's not exactly what it was called, but it's close.
That is not what the idea is called.
What was it called?
You go look.
Eric named it.
The idea is called Idea It Follows.
Idea It Follows. We were at the salon Christmas party, and we were just shooting the shit. And we were coming up with a different idea that I think we all liked that I completely forgot because we got on this idea. And it's essentially a new game we can play that I think you guys are going to be very excited about. And I think Gavin was going to play it first. Gavin, do you want to play it today? And if so, would you like to?
Wait, why was I playing it first?
I don't know, because we said that because we talked about it in the night. We said like either you or Eric should play it first. And then
I
we
thought the
agreed that it
person
was you.
I thought they don't know it's coming.
You have to do that, dude. That's what playing it is.
Hey, Andrew and Nick, here's what the idea is.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. The idea is that this power is bestowed upon one person to start. At any point, they can pick one of the other 4 of us and say, like, for example, what we had talked about was Gavin having the power and then saying, okay, Nick, tomorrow at 10 a.m., whatever your idea is, that's what we're doing.
Have it ready. We're filming at 10.
Yep. And
I
so
see.
So when it's called tomorrow at 10 a.m., we will be doing that idea. Then that power now belongs to Nick after we do his idea and everything. Nick now has that power and can use it whenever he wants on any of the other 4 of us. So he could do it right back to Gavin, but I don't think that's fun, but could be. Who knows?
Or he could wait 6 months and shoot it at Eric when he's not looking.
Exactly. And so
I
at
love
all
it.
times, the idea, it follows every one of us around. And you should have something locked and loaded that we could do the next day at 10 a.m. That was the idea of like, okay, so out of nowhere, what is the thing we're doing? And we want to see if it spawns anything.
I think that's
Like
great.
really
I love
bad
that.
ideas that are hilarious to film.
And I really love the name because it sounds like Idiot Follows. And I was a big fan of that.
Yeah, as Eric was describing it, and I was like, oh, it's kind of like It Follows. And then Eric was like, idea, It Follows. That's perfect.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah. Idiot follows. So that's the idea. I really like, okay, this time tomorrow, we're doing this thing. Obviously, we have to be able to like schedule around it and everything if it shit's fucked up. But I think the spirit of you better figure something out now because we're doing it tomorrow is a lot of fun.
The idea is to keep people on their toes and also hopefully to catch somebody off their toes once or twice.
Yeah.
But we thought that Gavin should be the one to start with the power. I don't remember why now, but it was a part of the conversation. Gavin clearly doesn't remember either. So if nobody has an issue with it, Gavin, you have the initial power, so you can use it whenever you want to from this point on, unless somebody has an issue with that.
All right, the bullet's in the gun.
Okay.
Oh, it's loaded.
Shoot yourself with it.
That would be insane. Then it's just over. Like that's like the end of it.
No, then you'd have to come up with an idea by 10 a.m. tomorrow.
Oh man,
That's just blindside, isn't it?
That's just blind.
Blindside yourself.
I think that's how we started. I don't remember how exactly we started talking about it, but this feels like a thing where you're blindsiding someone else to have to make a blindside, but we all know it's coming.
I also just realized
That's great.
I blew my idea. Because we were talking about this and I got really scared and I thought in the moment I need to come up with an idea and I came up with the spitting the hot dogs on the fan. And then I guess I forgot that was my reserve idea.
That was your, oh man.
Yeah.
I guess I got too excited.
You're lucky, buddy. You got all the time in the world because you're in control of the gun.
That's true. Bye.
That's the end of the episode.
No, absolutely not. I thought it might go somewhere more than that's true, but okay.
Honestly, I've been laughing so much this episode. I got real bad. I got chest pains.
Do you have to shit?
No, I just got like heartburn again.
Oh, come on. How do you have heartburn from laughing?
I don't know. I've got like, I guess some sort of acid problem. I don't know.
Acid problem? Guys, I have an acid problem.
I was just laughing earlier and now my chest hurts.
Is that a thing that you've always had?
No. Pretty recent.
Uh-oh. It's probably TMJ.
Probably.
Yeah.
Hey,
Maybe I'll get a chiropractic adjustment.
we're getting pretty close to wrapping this bad boy up. But before we do, I wanted to enlist your help, if you don't mind. I was looking at stuff I want to do in 2025. One of the ideas that I'm most excited about personally was doing that Geoguessr bingo game because, I'm a sloppy guy. And I was wondering if you guys would help me come up with prompts. We don't have to do it in episode, but just like I'll give you an idea of what I have. This is what I've written down so far. A flyer on a street pole or, for anything, furniture sale or whatever, punk show, appliance outside, a car on blocks, a stop sign, a dog, a person crossing a street, a trash can, a McDonald's, a green car. I looked this up. Do you guys know what store has the most branches in America?
Subway?
No, it's not food.
Walmart?
Not even close.
Home Depot?
Now, it's Dollar General. There are 20,000 Dollar Generals in America. So I figured a Dollar General would be a good one. There's 12,000 7-Elevens, so that would be a good one. There's 17,000 Starbucks. That would be a good one. A swimming pool, somebody with a backpack, and some form of sports field. That's what I've written down so far. So that's just kind of like things that you might see if you geo dropped into a location. So just have that in the back of your head, and if anything comes to mind, please. We probably need a good 60 to 70 of them.
Just to confirm, it's like we're on Google Street View, essentially. It's like
it's dropping in on Google Street View, and then you do a 360 around you, and then pull back out and go to another one.
You know how they blur out people's faces on that?
Yeah.
Do they blur out dogs' faces?
I don't think so. I don't think dogs have any right to privacy, and I'm not saying that's fair or right. I just think that that's where we are.
I'm for it. I don't think dogs should be allowed to be private at all.
All right.
So it's just a spin, Geoff? There's not like you can move up and down the street at all?
No, I think it's got to be just the spin. You can you drop down and then wherever you are, you do a slow or fast pan 360 around, see what you see, and then you pull out and you go somewhere else.
I was going to suggest if you had movement, it always takes me off guard where I'm going down a street and then all of a sudden it's very clearly a completely different day. Like they updated midway through the street and it's now like way sunnier and it looks nothing like it was a foot prior to that.
Oh yeah.
But okay, drop
that'd be
down.
fun to come up with prompts for that.
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
many
just
do you
things
need?
you think you might see. I think we probably need I don't remember, but I think if we had like 65 total, I think that's enough for a bingo
Okay.
board. It's about what I did for the original. I think I did 62 originally for Sloppy Joe's.
I think we can enlist the audience for
Audience
this
as
too.
well.
Yeah,
Oh, as well.
I think
Yeah,
I think because I think they're going to come up with some really creative ones.
I've just been like writing down what I see or notice that appears multiple times on that It's Shitty
Yeah.
TikTok channel I
Mhm.
like. But yeah. I'm sure the audience will have a ton of great ideas, I'm sure.
I want to see someone falling over.
Yeah.
Fucking hell yeah, I'll put it on the board. Someone falling. Tripping, falling.
I think, yeah. What else? I don't think I've ever seen it, but it'd be funny to see someone like flipping off the truck.
Oh, sure, flipping off. I feel like I've seen like images of that on Reddit and stuff.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense. Gavin, how do you feel about having the gun? The idea gun.
It's nice. It's nice
It's
to have
nice. Okay.
the start of something ready to go.
And so, okay. So I want to make sure I fully understand this idea. So Gavin could say like, Nick, 10 a.m. tomorrow. Do we all
Right.
show up for that recording? Or
Yes.
is that,
Yeah.
okay.
Nick,
No,
Nick has
no,
an
it's gotta be-
idea
yep.
for all of us. Yeah. We don't all have to
Got it.
participate in it. It could be a 3-player video game, but everybody's got to comment or whatever.
It could be a video
Sure.
game. It could be a live in person thing. It could be bingo. It could be whatever. But it has to be
Got
an
it.
idea that's going to be some supplemental content.
Great. Love it. That's going to be so much fun.
It could be that show where you and I read the local paper and eat the pie or whatever. Yeah, it could
Oh,
be
that'd be great.
Could be
literally
anything.
any idea.
Yep.
I cannot wait for 1 year from now to see what comes of idea it follows.
Yeah, I think that was it's the thing of we're so bad of like following on like a bunch of threads and having stuff come out timely. This is a like such a focused fire of okay, what's the idea? Okay, we're doing it right now. Okay, it can come out like we just put it out. Like it's very, very easy, very, very fast.
It'll force us to talk about an idea and then immediately release it.
Yep.
I think we should at this point have a doc that just has all of our running bits so we don't forget any.
Sounds great. Let me know when you get it going.
Yeah, invite me. Share that with me.
Yeah, if you want to just send it to all of our emails, man, that'd be great.
Well, that'd be like a producer role, sort of.
Oh, I'm just saying this is a we thing, and as we've been clear about.
As the person who's in charge of all the docs.
Mhm.
should
Yeah,
be
so
you, really.
so anytime you want to get that going, get some ideas down, then I can we can all have a look over it all together.
What we're talking about, just to make note of, because I keep forgetting and then remembering forgetting, and I really want to see this content. We still have to release the Snake Eyes tuxedo unboxing.
Oh my
reveal.
God.
And I also would still really like to hear the podcast that Eric and Geoff recorded vinyl
Oh,
shopping.
yeah.
How about that too?
Nah, you don't need that one.
That one might not be. The funniest thing about that one is me farting on Eric, but
Yeah, it's really just sort of like, this meandered and didn't really. I don't know that anyone's really going to care about it.
well, I don't think either of us was super blown away by it in the moment after we did it. We were both like, eh.
I mean, now that I know there's a fart in there,
Yeah, I wanna hear it.
because I feel like of all of us on this podcast, Eric would like to be farted on the least.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I would. Yeah, I'd plant that flag for me. I agree.
He didn't seem jazzed.
No,
I'll tell you that.
but let's so now we know I like it the least. Who likes it the most?
Gavin,
Well, I've definitely had the most, but I wouldn't say I like it the most.
Geoff.
I'll probably take it. That's fine. I know folks are
Okay.
fine. Yeah.
I mean, are you allowed to sell a fart in a jar?
Yeah, why not? I think people have done that before. Didn't some girl do that on OnlyFans or something? Sell
Oh,
jar
they were
farts?
farting?
I think
It's
so.
definitely like water.
She did bathwater for sure.
Okay, but
Jar
what if
full-
you
Has
farted in a
anyone
balloon?
sold a fart in a
What if you filled a balloon with fart and then put that balloon in your mouth and popped in your mouth?
TikToker makes
Come on.
$200,000 selling her farts in a jar.
Yeah.
What?
What if you, Geoff, farted in a balloon and then you cork it off, and when you next have to fart again, you fart in the balloon, and you see how long it takes to pop it.
Man, I don't know.
That's the precision
I
that
really
is.
like where you're going with this, but I feel like you're gonna let as much fart out as you put in every time you open that.
You would
sucker
need to
up.
make a device.
Yeah, we'll make like a one-way valve.
Okay, yeah. If you can one way it, yeah, I think that's
What
great.
it will look like for you is, I guess, sort of like a stick-on funnel for your butt.
Yeah, so I think it would be a funnel that he would like essentially put his butt around and fart into, and it would lead into a balloon.
And we could all write our guesses on the balloon.
It's it's like that Mario Party mini game where they gotta pop it until it explodes. Like how many farts until the balloon pops.
And I guess there would also be slow leakage. So if you didn't fart at it for like 2 weeks, you'd probably be down a couple of farts.
Do you ever get those TikToks of their like lives of people that are sitting underneath a balloon and they slowly inflate it based on like interaction and act like, oh no, I'm scared for when it'll pop, and they're like massive balloons.
I hate that shit. Those are
It's
those TikTok
terrible.
channels.
Yeah, awful.
It's so weird.
I don't even know what
But-
you just said.
You being underneath a fart balloon, just being like, oh no, please don't, no more fart.
It's like one of those balloons you made a career out of, and it's like hanging above some dude who is like laying on the ground, and it's just filling up with water in a hose, and he's like, no, galaxy, please, no, and then people send galaxies, whatever the fuck that is, and then it makes the balloon bigger.
Yeah, they like he has a valve that he turns on and off, and whenever anyone gifts, he turns it like he flips it.
Like a pay to fill.
Exactly. And then it eventually pops, and then they just do it over again.
And they're gonna ban this fucking program. Can you believe it?
Well, in the US,
All the value it provides us.
I'll be able to continue TikToking. And I'm actually kind of fascinated to see what TikTok would look like with zero US audience.
Wouldn't it just be a bunch of US people with VPNs?
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
What it looks like today is fucking 7 ads for every TikTok.
I
Why
don't
didn't we do,
understand how I get overlapping TikToks with people. For how many people are making content on that app, it blows my mind that I will see on my feed a video that I see on somebody like my partner's feed. I'll see them see a TikTok that I saw like an hour ago.
Yeah.
Because your phones are close and it will show you the same shit.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's
Or
scientific.
you guys are algorithmically similar. I don't know. But yeah, when Emily and I have like TikTok time in bed at night where we sit down and watch the TikToks we send each other. And more, it's like for every 5 TikToks I send her, she sends me the same 3 of them back. You know, it's very rare that we don't have a lot of overlap to the point where you're like, how big is TikTok anymore? Because it's like, to me, it's like repeats of shit I've already seen or fucking ads constantly. And I'm not trying to complain about
in a
ads.
fishbowl.
People got to make, that's a good way to put it.
Well, we got a lot of stuff that's about to start, I guess. I think I need to get in the lab and start working on a fart holding device.
Good luck, man. I'm certainly willing to try the apparatus, but that sounds like a tall order to figure out. I hope you can. I really do. I'd like to pop a balloon with my butt.
How long do you think it would take? Just a regular sized balloon, like a party balloon?
Like a fucking year.
6 months? Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, I go there. Like, I'm not recording my farts right now. I'm just not farting right now. You ever do that where you just go through phases where you just don't have it for a while?
Okay, what if you filled the fart balloon and then grabbed the lighter and let the air out? Would it become a flamethrower? Could you shoot fire air out of the balloon if you just uncorked it?
I don't see why not.
Yeah, I would think so.
A fart flamethrower is pretty good.
Has anyone? Let me Google this. Has anyone filled a balloon with a fart?
We should wrap up, and next time we could reveal what our history.
How many farts does filling a balloon actually require?
I think it depends on the fart. Not every fart is the same.
Fucking pay to get the answer? I'm not doing that.
Should we do a monthly feature where Andrew presents all the TikToks that America's missed out on?
If it gets banned, yeah. I'll use my Umi Digi and I'll record my soy phone, my teriyaki phone, whatever it is.
Wait.
And
why would the Umi Digi be involved?
Because it's banned in the US, and you're all in the US, so you won't be able to view the TikToks. So I will need to pull the TikToks, and my way of pulling the TikToks would be to use the UmiDigi to video record the screen of the soy phone.
You wouldn't just capture the screen of the soy phone?
You don't
How
even
would
have to
I do
capture,
that?
just long press and download the video.
Oh yeah, I guess I would swipe down and screen. Yeah, okay, yeah, that works too.
Wow.
I found a subreddit with some math,
Okay.
and they seem to think you could do it in about 412 farts.
So
It's
specific.
less than I would have assumed.
Yeah.
So you need to be farting it more than once a day if you're going to do it in a year.
Yeah. I'd have to, well, I mean, the average person farts like 20 to 40 times a day. So I should just, I just got to be
Is that true?
average. Yeah, I think so.
How about, do we count? So nah.
So are they counting toilet farts?
I mean, a fart's a fart.
I guess that's true.
As long as shit's not coming out of it. Fun facts, humans pass gas between 13 to 21 times a day. So a little less than I said, but I think I'm a little more than the average human. So
Yeah, sure.
Eric, what's up?
Yeah, end the episode.
Oh, well, there you have it. Eric told us to end. Hope you liked this episode. I hope you got enough, because if you didn't, it's probably because Eric made us stop right at this
If
moment.
you didn't
I felt
get
like
enough
we were
from that, you're a fucking freak, dude. It's almost an hour and 15 minutes.
feel like we were about to hit a whole fart gear, but we'll have to revisit that in the future as Gavin builds his fart collection device, which I am very excited. Now, Gavin, I have a question for you real fast. Is this going to go on me, like I'll sit on it, or is it going to go in me?
I'm going to have it, try and have it so that we might need to take a mold of your ass. And then I'll have that plastic that kind of sits on skin really well. You'd have to like peel it off, but there's no adhesive sort of thing.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. Because I'm not opposed if you had to put a small tube in me. I would prefer not to have to self-flatulize that way every day, but I am interested in doing this for science. So
I want it to be convenient enough that you just think, oh, let me grab there we go. And not have to like get the hose out.
yeah, that's a good point, because that is often, a lot of times I don't record a fart because the barrier to entry to getting my phone and then record, it's a whole thing. And so as easy as possible would be better. All right. Well, I guess that'll do it. Thanks for listening to another episode of the Regulation Podcast. We sure love talking about farts with you. Hopefully we'll be able to come back next week and talk about other body stuff. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.